Joe Jordan here, co-founder with Zero. We're going to walk through how to use the Find a Recording feature. What's it do? Number one, it lets you create playlists of recordings that match any criteria, like for example, where your refs handle not interested or where they cover pricing. It also lets you search and find recordings by everything from the location they were recorded at to the exact words that were said in the transcript. So we'll start with a simple example. Let's say you were just coaching a bunch of new reps and you wanted to make sure their intro was correct. In pest control, you might search for the service or the introduction. Here, let's select those new reps. Maybe it's Josh and Matt. And then let's go to included moments. In Solar, we probably would look for the first Solar mention as their introduction. And now it's going to create a playlist of their intros for us. Again, you might do this service here for pest control. Now we jump into the first one. It's got this playlist. And it's bookmarking all sorts of things here, asking for the bill, contact info, but right now I just want to jump to first Solar mention, check on the intro.
Solar company. Okay. So.
And we listen to the intro for a second, and then we can provide some coaching. Obviously, if we really like it, we can drop a comment and tag the entire team, recognize them. In the to field, we're just going to say all of Dallas, tag some people, and say, hey, great job on this intro, so on and so forth. And if we don't like it, maybe we'll give some feedback just directly to Josh here. And once we're done, you can just go ahead and hit next, and it takes you to that next recording inside the playlist. So you can coach on themes. If your team is struggling with a certain objection, like the spouse objection, you can go ahead and coach on that. If you realize that your appointments aren't sitting or your texts aren't actually showing up, you can go ahead and check on where your team is doing their scheduling and make sure that the scheduling is being firmed up, so on and so forth. For example, jumping into scheduling here.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, just put it for Wednesday.
Wednesday? Okay.
Get the idea. So creating playlists on things you want to coach on. Up next is if you get a customer complaint from a certain place or you want to get the information on what's happened at a certain location, just go ahead and search the address that you care about in the location field. For example, you might search 209 East 5th Street. And it's going to return all the recordings that we've done within this area. It looks like there aren't actually any at this address. Now, the other cool thing is you can use this to search for a specific type of person. Let's say someone said they were a Cowboys fan. You can go ahead and search that and find the places, the recordings, where the Cowboys fan was. You can find that recording, even if you didn't title it. And then lastly, let's say you wanted to make sure your team wasn't saying something like the word contract. You want them to say agreement. Well, if you search contract, it's going to show you all the hits on that word contract.